Welcome back to my channel. This is CrimeTales by May, and today we're just going to dive in. Now, this is the part two of the triple murder case. Remember, I said I was going to do a part two if there was any updates. The father who actually murdered and executed his three sons, the Chaduaman's case. Now, if you've actually forgotten, we just quickly do a little recap so we can move ahead. On the 15th of June 2023, three little boys were killed in their home, and police said it was done in execution manner. Three little boys who consist of 7-year-old Clayton Duaman, 4-year-old Hunter Duaman, and 3-year-old Chase Duaman. They were all executed by someone who is very close to their hearts, someone who they saw as a role model. Okay, so in the part one, we all knew that Chaduaman, who is the father, a 32-year-old man, actually executed his three sons, Hunter Duaman, Chase Duaman, and Clayton Duaman. We all knew that he executed these children, but now I'm going to give you exclusive details on what really went down on that particular day in Ohio. On this fateful day, which seemed like every other day, like a regular day, but Chad decided to come back home very early from work on that day. He went home, his three sons and the wife, they all went to the master's bedroom to take a nap, have some family time. And while the stepdaughter was actually in the family's parlor, living room, actually watching a TV of ours. While all this was going on, it seemed like a regular family day in every family. No. After taking a nap, Chad decided to just get up. There was a gun safe beside the bed. He took out the gun, the rifle, and shot the first child on the head at close range. And when this happened, the mother was alarmed. Immediately, she screamed at the two younger ones to run for their life. And while this was happening, the daughter, that is the stepdaughter, heard what was happening, ran to the master's bedroom, and saw her father shooting her brother. And at this point, she knew that something was wrong. And she took her two younger brothers and they ran and left the house. At this point, the mother knew that this is wrong, something was very wrong, and immediately she screamed at her children to run and leave the house. And now, while they were fleeing away from the house, Chad hunted these children. He went to the second child. At close range, he shot him from behind. And after shooting him from behind, he dragged him back to the family compound. Now, the sister was really confused. She was wondering what to do. And at this point, she was still running. She took the last child, who is chased to a man who is just 5, and she was with him. And as they were running, Chad hunted them, pointed a gun to the sister, pointed a gun to her, and at this time the girl was scared. He asked her to drop the boy, and as she dropped the boy, Chase immediately with fright, he was so scared. He ran back to meet his mom in the house, and as he ran back, the mother was trying to save the only living child that she has. And as she was hugging him, Chad went back to the house. He didn't kill the sister. Strange, right? He didn't kill the girl. He went back to the house. Now there was a lot of struggle, there was fights. The mother was trying to protect this last one. And as they were all struggling and fighting, the mother decided to block the rifle, that's the gun, so that if there's any bullet coming out from the gun, it will go through her. And while all the struggle was going on, Chad actually released a bullet, and that was how she got that injury on her arm. And immediately that was done, that disarmed her. While he was trying to rape Chase from the mother was struggling, even though she was injured. It didn't end there. Chad decided to still bite the lady, that is the wife. He beat her. After biting her, he ripped the little boy from her arm, and at close range shot him twice in the head. At this point, the mother was perplexed. She was crying. She was going through all her boys, trying to see if there's any life in them. Now, when this was done, after he was done executing these little boys, he sat down at the stairs of his residence, and he was calmly watching his wife, the mother of his children, and as the sons laying there on the compound, on the floor, lifeless with blood oozing out of them. Now, this was when the girl ran. While all this was going on, she was running for her life, and that was where she met someone along the way who actually called 911, and that was when the police came to arrest him. And when they came, from our previous video, we all saw that he wasn't even resisting. He wasn't. Instead, he was even saying, "I shouldn't have done it. I don't know why I did it. It was wrong." But he was calm. Now we might be wondering what actually happened. Chad actually confessed that the thought of killing his sons has been in his mind for months. From October of last year, October 2022, the thoughts of killing his children were in his mind. That prior to the day he even killed them, he hadn't slept 3 to 4 days, meaning it was so heavy on his heart, so heavy in his mind that he just wanted to kill them. He just wanted to kill them. And after killing them, it was okay. From the look of things, Chaduraman didn't have any mental issues. He wasn't a psychopath. I think he was just tired of the responsibilities of having to take care of his family. He was just tired. Now, from witnesses, from neighbors, they were things that, like, Chad was very abusive to the lady. There was a lot of domestic violence going on in the home. In part one, remember, we all thought that this family was a happy family. But unknowingly to people, it was said that Chad was always angry. Every day he comes back from work, he was always angry. He was always yelling at his wife, he was always yelling at his kids, and he was always beating her. Now, I would like to ask us, why are we women, whenever we are in situations where are not comfortable for us, why do we still stay? Chaduaman's case is this case. When I was going through all of this, going through all the research, it was appalling. Why? Because firstly, it seemed like a scene in a movie, but it wasn't a movie. This is something that happened live. The mother trying to save her children, the children running for their dear lives, the sister running away, all from a man they call father, all from a man they call daddy, all from a man they call husband. This is the case of Chadua Man. It's still in police custody. The trial is still ongoing, and they've not given any verdict yet on his case. But I'm sure and certain that he's going to spend a long, long, long time in prison. The sister of the mother, actually that's the aunt, she actually created a GoFundMe account, which has actually recently has raised up to $250,000. And this would actually help in the funeral of the kids. This is so sad. I can't imagine the trauma the little girl will be going through. I can't actually remember. I can't imagine the trauma the mother will go through. This is someone she calls her husband. This is someone she calls the father of her children. Just went ahead to kill, massacre, execute these children in a very scary way. This is something that he made sure that these children died. There was no chance of them living. He shot them at close range to their head, not even in the arm, on the leg, at the back, to their head. He wanted to be sure that these children were dead. And that is all for the case of Chadua Man. What do you all think? Do you think there is something else wrong with him? Or do you think the mother should have done something earlier to save her children? I'd like to hear your comments below. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.